Welcome to Wildbite Media. We shall bring today's news in bits. Just sit and watch. Please, if you haven't subscribed, do that now. Today on World News, the collapse of U.S. Guards. 2 West Virginia National Guard members were critically shot in what officials describe as a targeted ambush just 2 blocks from the White House on November 26. The gunman, identified as 29-year-old Ramanullah Lakhanwal, an Afghan national resettled under the 2021 evacuation program, was promptly overpowered and detained after also sustaining non-life-threatening injuries. Eyewitnesses described a chaotic scene: sudden bursts of gunfire, people fleeing moments before medics rushed in to attempt CPR. The incident has ignited heated debate over the controversial deployment of over 2,000 National Guard troops to Washington this year under a security crackdown, a deployment that critics had challenged in court as unlawful. Leaders quickly responded. Politicians called the attack a potential act of terror, and the government authorized sending an additional 500 guardsmen to the Capitol. The shooting near such a high-security zone has shaken nerves nationwide and spotlighted fears over domestic threats to service members in public spaces. Now we move to India. When Udayanithi Stalin, Deputy Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, recently labeled Sanskrit a dead language, he ignited a fresh political storm, accusing the central government of showering crores on Sanskrit while starving Tamil of funding. The remark triggered fierce backlash from Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, which condemned it as derogatory and disrespectful to India's heritage, demanding a public apology. Meanwhile, Stalin used the moment to warn that if the center tries to impose Hindi or Sanskrit on his state, Tamil Nadu is ready for a language war. The storm has reopened deep-rooted debates over language, identity, and regional pride, making this more than a linguistic spat, but a battle over culture and political influence. Now let's peruse through Nigeria. A dramatic coup shook Guinea-Bissau on November 26, 2025, when a group of military officers declared they had taken total control of the country just 3 days after a hotly contested presidential and legislative election. Gunshots rang out near the presidential palace, the election commission, and the interior ministry in the capital, Bissau, prompting chaos and fear. The military, led by Brigadier General Denis Nkana, announced suspension of all elections and sealed the country's borders, imposing a curfew and forming an interim high military command to run the state until further notice. Among those caught up in the fallout was former President Goodluck Jonathan, one of dozens of African leaders serving as election observers. He was left stranded in Bissau after the coup erupted. The uprising came just as both top candidates, the incumbent and his main challenger, had separately declared victory, even though official results weren't out yet. This dual claim of win stirred tensions, creating the volatile atmosphere that precipitated the military intervention. The bold seizure underscores how fragile democratic processes remain in this repeated coup nation, and how quickly elections can spiral into upheaval. Thank you for watching today's news on politics. Check out later for sports. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, so as to encourage our updates.